Hello, everyone. Once again, this is Dare to Speak, and I'm going to be speaking about a very controversial subject that might get some people angry. I don't know. But this is about pedophiles, child molesters, pedophilia, the real truth of pedophilia. Okay, maybe this might be very. It might strike you as bullshit, I guess, or something. I don't know. But once again, this is Dare to Speak. Hello, everyone. And this particular video, I really want to get as much attention as possible on it. Okay, I don't know, it glitched just now. I don't know why it did that. But like I said, I want to get as much information as possible out there, and to get as much opinion from people based on my own personal research, based on certain psychologists and mostly psychologists that I've spoken to, which wasn't very many. It was about maybe 5 or 6 psychiatrists. I know that's not a lot, but. And then I started seeing a lot of documentaries. The conclusion that I came down with was, and I agree to this, science has already proven that pedophilia is inborn, is genetic. People that are pedophiles, regardless if they molested children already or they come close to molesting children, they haven't done it yet, or they masturbate to child pornography on the internet or underground DVDs or whatever movies, for years and this and that. These people are actually born to be that way. Some of them do have child abuse in their backgrounds. It is true. A lot of them were abused, but it actually starts in the womb of the female mother. Because their brain, like I said, their prefrontal cortex, the left part of their brain, and also the other part, what has to do with impulses and things like that, there are victims of nature. Genetic victims of nature. This means that someone in their family bloodline, either on their mother's side of the family or their father's side of the family, somebody in their bloodline, tracing back 2, 3, 4, 5 generations, 6, 7, who knows how many. And they were pedophiles, and to some degree, so, and others have it to a very, very mild degree, and some have it to a very extreme degree that is actually criminal. But it is inborn. Science has already proven that. It's nature. Nurture does make it, encouragement or being in a very bad environment, being molested by somebody and being exposed to pornography does make it worse. However, these people are looked at as with venomous hatred. They should die, they should burn in hell and stuff like that. Okay, and there is some, I'm not going to lie to you. I mean, there are some pedophiles that are who've done so much horrific crimes, who have done so much horrific things, and they ruined the lives of the child as they grew up and stuff like that. Yeah, I understand that. And I understand how that some of these people should be killed or maybe put in prison for the rest of their lives the death penalty or whatever like that. But it depends on the severity of the crime. However, there are some pedophiles, they can't control their urges, but they want to. There's some that haven't been molested as a child, but they have these impulses and they don't know why they even have these impulses. And they masturbate to child pornography or pornography with teenage girls that are almost legal and stuff like that. They get into it, and eventually it leads down to young girls or boys. Some men that are gay and things like that. There are people like that, and then some of them end up doing some of these crimes, and they can't just stop what they're doing. They want to, but they can't stop, and they end up getting some of them go to prison, and then when they do get released, they're registered as sex offenders. They have no place to live, so they take them to a certain area where it's mainly for sex offenders. And of course, with the problems that they have, they want to live a normal life, and they're not going to be looked at as decent people, and they're going to be looked at with venomous hatred. Say, let them back up, don't let them out, and this and that. But you have to understand how they got that way in the first place. And most people say, I don't care, I don't give a fuck. They're sick, they can never be cured, which is bullshit. Pedophilia can be cured. It's not a question of whether or not they want to. It's a question of the severity of it. Because there's people out there that are pedophiles, celebrities and whatnot, and they get away with it. And they don't have to get help because they have the money to pay for it. To pay to silence the victims' families, to pay off cops, pay off lawyers. They're connected to powerful people and stuff like that. But I'm talking about regular John Does and Jane Does. Regular people. They are not getting the help that they need. And one perfect example, because it is, whether you want to believe it or not, they are born that way genetically. To be a pedophile, you have to be born a pedophile.
Reached important but uncomfortable conclusions, including why pedophiles are attracted to children in the first place.
All the evidence suggests that pedophilia begins in the womb. A person does not pick it, and despite every kind of treatment that has been attempted over a century, nothing has been shown to be able to change these people from pedophiles into non-pedophiles.
By exploring the brains of convicted pedophiles using MRI scans, Dr. Cantor discovered a dramatic cross-wiring in the connective tissue. His controversial research found that pedophiles are victims of nature.
It's not that these areas of the brain are different in the pedophiles, it's that the network that they're supposed to form isn't connected properly. So it's accidentally identifying things in the environment that should evoke a parental nurturant instinct, but instead it's provoking a sexual and erotic instinct.
From all the science,
Yep.
from all your science, did it answer the question, are pedophiles born or made?
Interestingly, the science in general says that pedophiles appear to be born, not made.
Because that's a big call, isn't it?
It is a big call.
Because some people will see that as almost making an excuse for pedophilia.
Many people will make many different interpretations, but the place to start any kind of policy is this is biological and it's not going to change.
And this is coming from a scientist who studies the human brain when it comes to sexual offenders. So my question to all of you is, how much more proof do you need? When he said that, when I saw this documentary, I said to myself, thank you. At least this doctor is saying that it's inborn, that it's genetic. Pedophiles are just born that way. So it does not make it does not make them it does not make it their fault. It's very disturbing, in my opinion. But to go as far as to say that it cannot be cured, I don't believe that. Conditions like this can be cured. Even rapists, regular rapists that rape women, they could be cured. It's just that most people don't give a fuck. They believe that it cannot be cured, just lock them away, and that's that. And to me, I think that's bullshit. I think that's wrong. But at the same time, a lot of them are not getting the proper care, the proper help. And I don't know what's going on in that sense. I mean, the whole thing is just, it baffles me. I want to know your opinion on this. Do you think that this is actually true? Do I have a point? Or do you think this is all bullshit? That my research is wrong or whatever? I mean, I'm not going to be offended. It's okay. I mean, I'm willing to debate. But it just makes too much common sense that pedophiles are actually victims of nature. Just like I said before, I mean, this is a separate issue. I'm not trying to put these two together, but I made a point about homosexuals. That homosexuals are born that way through nature. It's not learned behavior. It's not because they don't have God in their life or something, or any stupid thing like that. It's genetic. And just like how people that are criminals, that they have the warrior gene, so it's genetic. So these are, even though they're separate things, the only thing that's the same about them is the whole, like I said, the bloodline. What's in their DNA. And a pedophile, even if he manages to control his urges and he gets married with some lady and they have a couple of kids, and let's just say for whatever the reason it doesn't work out and he ended up going back to raping kids again, but he never raped his own kids. He gets put in jail. The kids grow up getting that same gene from him. Now it could be the son or the daughter or whoever, how many kids he has or what gender they are. He actually passes down his genetic bloodline to their offspring. Now they have a predisposition of becoming a pedophile themselves when they grow up, even if they don't get molested. And that science has already proven that. And if you don't believe me, I suggest you go look it up because science has already proven that. Again, any questions, any comments, you know what to do. And again, this is Dare to Speak. And to all of you, take care.